Keeping Up with Individuals. He was the talk of the town. Is going down the word on the curve. You heard me. Here in Southern California, it is a gloomy, cloudy, rainy, somewhat day, but now the sun is shining, right? But it was raining a little bit earlier. So the weather's kind of bipolar right now. So we don't know actually what to expect of this day. But I wanted to see what's good with everybody. You know, see who's out and about, who's on. Now, for those who are curious, I did drop a freestyle on my other channel if you guys want to scope that out. You know what I mean? And on this channel, yesterday I did drop a video explaining the whole Smile Now Cry Later theme of the clown and all that. If you guys, are curious to scope that out. What's cracking like an angel? And, we have been dropping battle rap reactions on the other channel, so, they're up for you guys to scope them out. Even though I got hit once with a takedown, but, we bounce back. Don't freestyle. Oh, gracias, my boy. I actually got sent that beat by, I guess one of my viewers, right? He's like, hey, you think you could do a freestyle to this beat? And I was like, fuck it. So on my first break, I just did a little something. He was like, oh, that was fast. I was like, well, yeah, I just did it on the spot. Just feeling the beat, like the tone of the beat, you already could think of concepts in your head, like because of the flow of the beat. So it's not that hard to actually think of stuff if you understand the rhythm of the beats. Compared to like if you're just trying to think of some random shit to just attach to any kind of beat. Like, no, well, feel the beat first. Feel it. Like, feel the vibe it gives you. And then, just think of your concepts off of the vibe. Like, okay, it gives this kind of tone, so, we're going to go this kind of tone to it, or this way with it. Not like, other people that be like, oh, yeah, hey, let's record a track. I got something for a beat, just like throwing a beat and I got something for it. Like, how do you got something for it if you haven't even heard the beat yet? That's crazy. Because then they try to force that song onto a random beat, right? And then that's when it sounds like it doesn't go with it. Like, because they already had something, right? And then they just try to attach it to any random beat. And it's like, well, how many shit doesn't turn out the best when it's like that? The homie Derek up in the building. The homie Angel. What's good with y'all? How's your guys' Saturday going? Nah, it was all right. I really I don't really dig the new school type beats all that much, right? Maybe that's why. I prefer more the boom bop old school type beats. Like the Mobb Deep type beats. Because they're more challenging to freestyle to, right? Like you have to kind of concentrate more to them, so it's like it's more, I guess you could say, exciting, right? It's like the challenge, right, makes it better. Because like with slower beats, I get like, I don't know. Have you ever had beef at work? Yeah, I've had issues at work before. And I have not handled them the best of ways. Sad to say. I wish I could say some inspirational stuff, but sadly, I went about it the wrong way or the other way. And I just won't dive into it because then I don't want to feel like I'm bragging on here and shit like that. Like I'm trying to make it seem like I'm chingon, Because in actual reality, I don't give a fuck about shit like that. Some of the freestyles you do, one of them, God, you spit fast and it kind of sounds like. Oh, serio? Yeah, I prefer that type of pacing. I had a long day today, shopping with my good friend. Oh, that's right, my boy. So you're having a chill day? Yeah, I like going to Sam's Club. You get a lot of good shit cheap. I'm at Checkers Burger right now. You know what's order? You don't know. Oh, you don't know what to order? Checkers? Okay. We have a Checkers over here. Well, it's not called Checkers over here, but it's called Rallies. And I'm assuming Rallies and Checkers is the same shit. Because when you go in there, they have a Rallies and then they have the Checkers shit. So I'm assuming it must be the same shit. Kind of like, what is it? Carl's Jr. and what is it? The other one? Hardee's? Or like Dryers and Edie's? The same shit. You know how these companies try to find a way to fucking, cheat in order to not pay so much taxes. You know that they always find fucking all these loopholes. Motherfuckers try to make us, try to split them up. That way it makes it seem like they ain't making that much. Like, motherfucker, who you fooling? Well, apparently the IRS. What up, bro? How are you? What up, bro? How are you? What did you eat today? I had a burrito. What are your thoughts on people calling Mr. Criminal, Mr. Capone culture vultures because they raza? Yeah. They're not culture vultures because see, a culture vulture is someone who don't know about the culture, right? Somebody who's completely doesn't know about something, right? But they're gonna pretend like they know about it in order for them to gain some type of revenue from it, right? So they put up the facade, the image. But see, Mr. Capone and Mr. Criminal grew up in that environment, grew up amongst these individuals from actual real barrios. So, and that's not something that they joined when they were in their fucking 30s or 20s, something that they, represented since youth, since they were young, since children, right? They grew up amongst these individuals. So how the fuck are they not Rasta or how are they culture vultures if they grew up amongst the culture? Culture vultures, like if there were some fucking white or some other ethnicity from fucking Tennessee and then they came over here to fucking California like in their 30s and then they seem like, hey, I can make money if I pretend to be this. That's what Adam 16 is a perfect example, right? Pretend like you know about the culture when you don't. And as for Mr. Criminal, how's he not raza? Like he's raza. He's literally fucking Latino. Because raza doesn't only mean Mexican. Like, yes, it does. Like, what? Know your history first before you want to speak about our people. So we're not the same? Like, where the fuck did those other people come from? Weren't they the part of the Mexican Empire? Yeah. It used to be all one thing. Because, like I said, the lines that are drawn are imaginary. They're not real borders. God damn it. They swear like if Salvador, Guatemala, like if those borders are actually real and exist. Fucking people come from the same place, bro. Why do we have different customs and different like words here and there? Like what? Same. You can say how a Californian white person talks to a white person from Tennessee or Oklahoma. See, they got that accent, different words, different customs. Yeah. Hello. Come on now, don't act stupid. It's crazy that people can't see it, right? Like, or it's their ignorance. I really don't know. And the fact that they want to like, say shit like that, like if they know about our culture, they're like standing up for our culture when they have absolutely no clue about our culture whatsoever. It's like, fuck. At least if you're gonna, try to, come and, lay some shit down, at least fucking know what you're talking about. Cause food be looking goofy as fuck out here. You know what I mean? Like these things, Raza, like that's crazy. Do you like Oh yeah, the Messi or Ronaldo. Yeah, they're both legit. They're both really talented players. Why do some active rappers still mess with Mr. Criminal even after he snitched? What do you mean? Like, well, how do people know that the active rappers are messing with him though? And it could also be that they don't know. You know what I mean? So there could be some individuals that just don't know, and there could be some individuals that just don't care, right? Because they probably don't hang around their homies no more. So it's a greasy burger. I like the chicken and bacon burgers. Yeah, it's like the same shit, no? Carl's Jr., we have Hardee's. All right, all right. So it's like that then. It's a trip, huh? What's your opinion on black people not liking Haters World for saying blacks gatekeep Mexican rappers? What do you mean? Black people not liking Haters. Well, see, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Like if people find what Haters World is saying, offensive, whatever, then they're entitled to see it that way, right? Like, I don't feel like it's overall when there is issues like this. I never feel like it's like a brown and a black issue, right? I always feel like it's issues amongst individuals, right? Because these people don't speak in behalf of their whole entire ethnicity, right? Like if a Mexican says something, he doesn't speak in behalf of all Mexicans. Same if a black person shares their opinion, they don't speak in behalf of all blacks, right? Because they don't all feel the same. So I think it's a trip when people try to they get something that somebody said, and just because they're of a certain ethnicity, they try to say you see how black people, or you see how Mexicans, or whites or Asian, you see how they are, and it's like, why? Because one person said something. Well, he's not the only one. I have heard others. Okay, so the few dozens that you heard speak in behalf of the millions of that ethnicity. Fucking people. You get what I'm saying? It's so ignorant to think like that, Or when somebody tries to say, "Oh, the raza don't mess with you," what? My boy, you don't speak for me, boy. Who the fuck died and made you the leader? You can't speak in behalf of people. You can only speak in behalf of yourself. That's why when I come out here, I always say, these are my opinions. You know what I mean? I always be like, nah, my Mexican people don't. Nah, I say I. Because I know I don't speak in behalf of everybody. But it's crazy that people come on here and they literally try to push, some shit, and try to get oh, well, the raza's like what? The fuck? That's crazy. Or when people oh, they're not raza, oh, the gatekeeper of the word raza. Now, there's some people that are bothered, there's black people that I have heard that are bothered with Mexican people rapping, right? Just like they're bothered with any other ethnicity, right? It's not even so much that it's Mexican. They just are bothered by every other ethnicity, right? And that's them individuals stuck in their stubborn ways, in their ignorant ways, right? Because no one's looking to take credit for rap or take it over or steal it or nothing. People are enjoying, what they created, right? They're paying homage. It's flattering, if anything, right? That you take something that they created and it inspired you, right? Something good out of their culture. That's how cultures have always interacted throughout history, right? They exchange each other's cultures and people, how could I say, borrow concepts or now, implicate it into their culture, right? But that's how it's always been. But is now, I guess, nowadays generation, they have a problem with that kind of shit, which is dumb in itself. Because look, rappers in themselves, right? Because this question always gets asked, whenever they're interviewing rappers. And from what I have always heard is rappers have no problem with Mexicans doing rap, right? They're like, oh, that's right, that's good. Yeah, we work with some. They even are featured in some of their music, right? Snoop Dogg has rap with Mexicans, Ice Cube, The Game, Exhibit, all these individuals that actually are doing music, the creators of rap, the innovators, the actual people that are in the industry that are rappers, have no problem with these individuals rapping. Yet the people that don't rap have a problem with these people rapping. You would think it's at least the rappers that would have the issue, right? Or at least the people in the industry that have the issue. But if they don't have a problem, then why the fuck do you guys have a problem? You get what I mean? It makes no sense. you know. But then, like I said, to get these people's opinions and let them rattle you, like if they speak in behalf of everybody, is ignorant in itself as well, right? Won't be like, oh, oh, you see how black people are, you know what I mean? When it's like, well, no, it's just those individuals. Like, don't be ignorant either. Now and go and say same sort of shit like that. You know what I mean? How do you react when black brothers try to say that Mexicans allow their members to snitch on blacks? I think that's stupid. You know, um, like because that's basically calling you a snitch. Like if we're in person, then we're taking flight. You know what I mean? Because they're insulting you. But if it's like on a video or some shit like that, then we're just ending the discussion. We're not having this discussion on the camera while the cameras are rolling. We're just not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be like, man, fuck, and then try to explain. Nah, homie, doesn't. The conversation's not happening on the internet. You get what I mean? Because then it's now like if you're trying to convince the audience, and the audience are like, what do they have anything to know? Or why should they know this information? You get what I mean? Like you're trying to do this to please the audience, and there is no audience in the street life. You're not supposed to please the audience or to convince them. People are seeking attention. So those are just discussions we're not having online. Like if they were to say, like I'd be like, you're tripping. Because it's stupid in itself. No illegal enterprise is allowed to tell. And people are cool with it. It just doesn't happen. Because then the group now no longer can trust in you. Or now they're questioning you, right? Regardless if you snitch on the other side, right? It only shows that when the push comes to shove, who's to say you won't tell on them? You get what I mean? So they just wouldn't be able to trust you in general, period. They also say that Mexicans don't fight fair one-on-one. Look, but see, that's conversations that are said on the internet. Like, there's stuff just to stir up, like, people on the, like, to rowdy up the internet, right? It's not, it's just opinions by certain individuals to how could I say, to antagonize others, right? So it's just like, I wouldn't say that blacks say that, right? But certain individuals feel like that. You know what I mean? Because I know that they're, like I said, I have black homies, right? And they don't see it that way. So to say that blacks see it that way, well, that's not true either. Because, I mean, people can say whatever they want, but as long as you know the truth, I mean, what does it matter? Like I'm not going to come on here and try to be like, oh, yeah, and get all worked up because I know what the truth is. So, so they can think whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. Because we all know what it is. So it doesn't matter. Step up in here, double tap your screen to, whoops. So like it's free. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. I've had young fools challenge me at work. They don't care that I'm old and I'm not. The same reason why people still mess with Tekashi after he told money. Yeah, money will make a lot of people forget about their morals. Snapper said, Mr. Criminal is. Snapper said, Mr. Criminal's a weenie. Well, I don't know. Like I can't say, right, because I don't know Mr. Criminal like that. I never been in. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be able to, elaborate on that, right? Because I don't know the individual like that. But if that's what he said, that's what he said. I know that he told, like, because I know that. I know the facts on that, right? But I don't know if he's a weenie or not. I don't know. Miss Criminal is Peruvian? He's white Latino. Criminal is Italian and I thought he was from I thought he was from Ecuador or Nicaragua or Argentinian. Gilbert is right. Honduran, he's not Mexican. But I don't ever think he has said he's Mexican, though. But he's still raza, though. Because, look, let me tell you something. If Mr. Criminal or Gil would have never said that they're Honduran or wherever they're from, and people are hearing them, I know people thought that they were Mexican. I know that they thought that. People can't even tell me that. Nah, I knew he wasn't meant. No, bullshit. You thought when you first seen this motherfucker, you thought they were Mexican. You can't tell the difference. Don't give me that shit. Right? So if they would have never said, people would automatically assume that they're Mexican. But then they're going to be like, no, it's not the same thing, or we're so different. We're so different. How come you weren't able to tell? You get what I mean? Meaning as even when they speak, you know? Who said on Pyru? So does Norby's. Differences. Store got away. Norby's is the other hand got. Well, see, he brought that upon himself, though. Like, what did he expect was going to happen? You know what I mean? And like I said, it's not like, Gil did it for attention or nothing like that, because he didn't even speak about it, right? But it's like, if he provoked them, I mean, what did he expect was going to happen, though? And that's not even on some gangster shit or that gangster, nothing like that, because that situation has nothing to do with gangsterism, right? He felt like he was disrespected, and, he did what he felt like he had to do. It's crazy to me when certain individuals, like, shit happens and they try to make everything gang related, right? Like, if you criticize them, like, oh man, they're gonna say this, but they say it different over here, right? They selective politicking, or they're are they active? And it's like, who the fuck is talking about active and politics and everything? We're talking about opinions on a subject irrelevant to the gangster world, irrelevant to the streets. So why people are try to make everything street related is beyond me. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck does the streets have anything to do with this situation that we're talking about right here? You get what I'm saying? Like, this was not about the streets. And it'd be the very individuals who are, not from the streets no more, that try to make everything street related. And it's like, wow, who the fuck is talking about the streets, bro? It's crazy. Mr. Criminal wants to work with Snapper after called him out on being a weenie. Well, they're already grown, you know what I mean? Like, people are able to come to the table and put their differences aside and smash beef, Only those who have never been in battle and those who have never, been at war, would say that peace is for the weak. Of course you would say that. You've never been in action. You've never been in war. You've never been out there and you never had shit. You get what I mean? Eventually individuals get tired of fighting. From the, biggest organizations to the downest of individuals have came to the table and talked and put their differences aside. You know what I mean? That's how it always works. It just means that you've grown as a person, Because remember, the reason why people tend to not want to do or smash beef or anything like that is because they're afraid of those who know about the beef, what they might say about them, what they might think. Oh, you a bitch if you smash the beef, or you a weenie, and it's the fact that you're worrying about these individuals who in all true reality, their opinions don't mean shit, right? When it comes to the street world. Like, why are you trying to impress them? Or why are you trying to convince them of anything, bro? Who the fuck are they, bro? Like, the fact that people worry about shit that's irrelevant to the facts is crazy to me, bro. Because then people might say, so, what, bro? Why are you fucking trying to, please the people, bro? They have nothing to do with the fucking gangster life or the gangster world or what's going on right here. The only opinions that matter is those who are involved right here in this world. And if they're all right here with you, I mean, what? If your homies are standing with you, bro, like, then, fuck what everybody else think, bro. I ran it through the hood. The hood said it's all gravy. And that's the only opinion that matters. Your hood stamped it. So why are you trying to please the non-hood related people? Like, fuck, bro, this shit is crazy. You know, and it's like people are more concerned now about the non-street related people, and it's like, wow, well, who are they, bro? What power do they have in this world? Their word don't mean shit in this world. Their word holds no weight here. Like, what good is convincing, the audience, convincing other people that you're gangster, that you're really about it, that you're 100 and down as fuck, right? But in the actual gangster world, in the actual barrio, you're no good. That you're no good. So you can't even go to your neighborhood, or you can't even, because you're no good. So what good is being good with these people if that where it really counts, you're no good? This is where it fucking matters. You know what I mean? So if you're good in the hood, let people think of you as a weenie or whatever the fuck they want. This shit don't mean shit to them. Right here, this is where it counts, my boy. The real world, not the internet. You know? So let them say whatever the fuck they want, bro. Right here, we know you good. Bam, bam. It's all gravy. And this is where it matters, in the real world, not the fictional world. But people get it twisted, and they want to, probably because they spend their majority of time on the internet. That's why they want to build this character up for them. They can't afford to be seen as this, and that, because here's where they spend their time. And that's why they want to be, they don't want their illusion being disrupted. They like the praise. They want to keep the lie going. It's sad, really. Like, fuck it, you can convince your audience that you're 100 and that you active in it, but the real ones know that you ain't. You a bitch. And so, in the real world, once the camera stops rolling, bro, you know what it is. So I don't know why people like to play pretend. It's a trip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.